Good looking out, people. I had the wrong cord plugged in. Give me a hey, we can hear you now. But I totally had my speaker cord plugged in and not my mic cord, because I have a speaker over here I use, which was actually given to me out at the mine by a viewer. Can you hear me now? That's better. Thank you, Misty. So, well, I can say all of that over again, I guess. I'll go get that big ass rock again and say everything I already said. But that's cool. Let me see. Where was I at? I initially was not planning on live streaming tonight, to be deadly honest with you guys. Yet I had a conversation with Dee earlier, and Dee has been an amazing supporter. She has been an awesome person whose ear I've been bending recently with stupid issues I always seem to go through. And then she's also been a person that has sent me gifts which have been amazing, sort of like my buddy Ryan out in Australia. So Dee was talking about she thought I should do another live stream soon because of the community we have going on here, and that we can't really contact each other unless I have a room going on. So on the fact that Dee wanted me to do a live stream, here I am doing a live stream, which I should probably send her a message and let her know that I'm doing this live stream, because she might be busy doing something else. We're in personal contact. Oh, ignore that last text. I didn't mean to send that, period. But I'm doing a live stream right now, and I thought you should know, since it was your idea. And my computer over in the corner is going all crazy. It's like, oh, I see why. Give me 1 second, folks. I have a mouse connecting and disconnecting. Still haven't bought that wireless mouse I'm supposed to buy. And now, of course, when I was going to fix that mouse, I had my TV unplug, and it's just typical for me. Do one thing and have something else screw up. Come on, TV, kick back in. I hope it doesn't cut you guys off, because that cord that my extra screen is plugged into is also where the screen so I can see everybody's messages is not turning on yet. Hey, Shane. Thanks for saying hi, buddy. See if I can get my screen to work. It's not wanting to. There we go. Now I got the screen back on. I gotta kick my air conditioning up too, because I put this windbreaker on and I'm burning up now. Alrighty, so now that I've got all the bugs and kinks worked out, this live stream's actually not going to be super long. Everybody can thank Dee for tonight's live stream. She's keeping the community going by telling me I should do things and me deciding, hey, you know what? I'm going to do what she said. That, and it helped that my son also canceled the video game time that we were going to spend together. He's going to play video games with his mom instead, which she lives in the same house with him. I think she's just trying to horn on in my thing with him. So like I was saying earlier, which the mic wasn't on, I had something else plugged in. The mic wasn't working. Some of you remember the video of me pulling apart this big pocket of fire agate that has tons of fire agate running in the seams and still has this jaw of fire agate and fire agate there and fire agate all up here and fire agate on the side over here, and basically there's fire agate all over here. This is one of the pieces that came off of that. So we're going to be carving on this one. I know it has color because it has this edge over here that I showed up close earlier, and it has some green and orange and gold on it, sitting right there, more like orange and red on it. And that's sitting on this ledge. It's the tip of this ledge. So I'm basically going to window this tonight. I expect to go at it with my 80 grit and get close to a bunch of color and expose it and see where it ends up sitting at. I'll answer that question in 1 second, Tin. And even when you have a stone that is... I forgot to put water in my bucket. I'm always forgetting something. Even when you have a stone that looks like this and it doesn't look like there's any fractures in it, when I go to carve it, it could very well be that this stone has some breaks in it and I end up having three stones. Or it can also be that the color doesn't run all the way across and you don't end up having a stone this large, but something you need to section up into multiple stones. With the way it looks, I think this will probably be a stone and that'll probably be a stone and that'll probably be a stone. And maybe there'll even be more stones than that inside of this than just one large one. Although, you know, the bigger it is, the more valuable it is. That's for sure. That's in general with all stones, all gemstones. So Tin asks, where is it? Is that the Diaflex will cut just as good with the oil on the stone, yet it'll reduce some of the actual friction that pulls off the compound that the diamond is impregnated in. But the diamond will still cut the stone relatively well. So it just reduces the amount of Diaflex that is wasted when I'm carving the stone. Now there are times where I just rather hurry, and so the heat and the loss of the Diaflex itself doesn't bother me that much. It's sometimes, yet in general, I'm a broke ass. And being a broke ass, $27, I think it is for one of those Diaflex, can sort of hit the pocketbook sort of hard if I say use a Diaflex on like 3 stones or 4 stones. If I can make that Diaflex last 5 stones or 10 stones, then it's just better for the pocketbook. So in general, I will use some oil because if I have time and I'm not trying to be super fast or get something done too quickly, then I can save some money on the amount of them I use. That's pretty much the reason. That's the only reason. It's a trick I was told about when using the heck is the name of those other ones? Oh gosh, brain farting. The other things that are similar to that but are much more expensive than the Diaflex are Nova points. Somebody told me about using mineral oil with Nova points in order to make the Nova points last longer. Yet the Nova points, I don't believe they are diamond. I think that the Nova points are a mix of, what is that other thing that cuts almost as good as diamond, but it's not, and you use it in, it's carbon. I believe it's a type of carbon, and they're just not as aggressive like the Nova points. If Nova point used diamonds, I would bet that those Nova points would last even longer than they do and cut even better than they do. Not that they don't cut good, because they do. I honestly think that you should have both Nova points and Diaflex in your repertoire of uses, because a 4-pack of Nova points is the same price as 2 Diaflex. Hey Randy, how you doing, buddy? I've been better, I've been worse. I am going to start that carbide. That's what it is. Jared Chatterley nailed it. It's carbide. Silicon carbide, right? Isn't that what it is? I've got to put some water in my bucket. All right, bucket is watered. Alrighty then. I'm going to go ahead and put my 80 grit Varancore burr on its handle. Where is my tool? Damn, I'm always missing something, man. I tell you what. Good thing my brain is inside my head. I don't see my ratchet tool anywhere. One second, guys. I got to stand up and see where the hell I put my tool for putting my burrs on. There it is. Good thing I stood up. It was directly behind me. Hey, Cherie. For me, that's for sure. Especially because a lot of times I have an edge on a stone that they end up catching and it cuts into them. I have no problem with how long a Nova Points last. In my opinion, Nova Points tend to last a little bit longer than Diaflex. I think that whatever the material is that is they're bonded inside of the cutting agent is bonded inside of. I think it's harder than the Diaflex. At the same time, I do believe that the Diaflex has strictures that are on it different than the Nova Points, specifically because almost all, from what I know, all Diashine products are made to be used inside of people's mouths. So you could probably have something highly carcinogenic in the Nova Points and it wouldn't matter that much that you cannot have in the Diashine because those are meant to be used, in a dentist's office. All right. I'm going to strap my mask on and we're going to see what's in the stone. That's what I should have named this live stream. What's in the stone? I went to Walmart in my P100 mask 2 days ago or a day ago. Got lots of looks. Not necessarily bad looks. Figure Walmart is like church. It's one of those places where if you're gonna catch it, you're gonna catch it from a place like church or that Walmart I was at. Ah, shit! I just burnt the hell out of my thumb. Oh my god, I got a hell of a friction burn that time. That's probably gonna be a blister tomorrow. That one hurt. Hey, resort dog. Hey, 26 people, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Only 5 people have hit the thumbs up button so far. Even if I haven't done nothing worth it, hit it anyway. Thank you, AU Prospector. I appreciate that, Prospector. Yes, I do, Tin. I do have those. I cut into, last time I used those, I cut into the color on a stone I'm going to be wearing around my neck next week. I do plan on using that, but I want to know where the color is first, because I don't want to put notches in it like I did the last time. This is one of those pieces that has terminations all over the outside of it. It was just covered up. I don't have a cabbing wheel. That would be the #1 reason. You're right, it would be cheaper than a burr. I will have cabbing wheels again soon, but I have to rebuild a unit to be able to do that. Or if one of you guys has an extra machine, you're welcome to contact me and mail it to me. Right now, all I'm really doing is getting a feel for where the brown agate's going to be underneath the stone, and then I'm going to use some cutting wheels to remove some of the harder chalcedony areas. Well, heck, that little bit of color I have poking out there might be smaller than I thought. All right, now I got a pretty good idea of what I can lop off with a cutting wheel. I'm going to switch my burr out real quick. You know what? I should use my bigger one real quick. Can you guys see the amount of dust getting picked up by this, even though I got water dripping everywhere? Boy, this needs to be left-handed. Checking to make sure it's still solidly on there. It's got a little bit of a wobble to it. That's okay, as long as it's actually attached still. Lost most of the diamonds around the edge, but the outside still has plenty of them. What's up, Northwest Nature Lady? I haven't seen you in here. Who are you? Do I know your name? I mean, besides the Northwest Nature Lady name? The way you said my buddy Kaliko makes me think we might know each other personally, like without YouTube. Well, that's part of the reason it was wobbling so much. It got loose inside loose enough to where I can't push it back in by hand. Loose enough to pop out, but tight enough to where I can't push it in by hand. Boy, I have got white all over the place. It's all in my eyes. It's all over my glasses. It's all over the microphone. I have got rock dust everywhere. Yet I'm trying to get this thing generally windowed before I'm done tonight. I wanted to have this thing up at about 8 or just after 8, but of course technical difficulties abound. And I was hoping to have it done by 10, but we'll see. Got my first check from work today. 3 days, 21 hours, after taxes, $144.20. Woo-hoo! Oh my God. Can't survive off that. Going to be starting a fund me for my YouTube, sort of like Patreon, but I think I'm going to go with buy me a cup of coffee. I don't like some of Patreon's practices. Those that join that will get access to me in other ways, and I will also be doing raffles again. Oh, there it goes. If that thing spins off and hits me in the face, I'm fucked. Man, I got some dust in my eye really hard that time, too. Give me a second, guys. All right, blinking it out, blinking it out. Might need to clean my glasses real quick. This thing's getting trapped enough to where it's loosening up. I gotta tighten this bastard down for real this time. You're right, it is called a chuck key. I've got a ton of rock dust all over me and everything. I tell you what. Need a little bit of a faster drip going. That burn on my thumb is smarting, man. This piece looks like it's going to have way less color in it than we would like. That looks like a lot of white agate. At the same time, that area with the colors right there, we flip that, it doesn't look much more special than the rest of the stone, so we could have a good color bar running in a bunch of it, and it looked like all this other stuff. Yet I have not windowed into the color with this, like I haven't accidentally lopped a good section off yet. And as all you can tell, boy, I have been going at it. You're right, Randy. I'm going to save all this dust, and I'm going to find somebody to sell it to, and they can use it as a slow killer for somebody. They can slowly put it in their ear. That's a horrible idea. Let me keep cutting because my jokes aren't landing, that's for damn sure. But my aim is dead on. Now that time I definitely cut through a bubble. I can tell there was definitely a yellow bubble right there I just sliced off. Don't see any color that would have been in it. Makes it not that big of a deal. I'm pretty sure there's a bubble under that too. I might be close enough I can just go ahead and take my 80 grit and start going at it. Of course, I might end up only getting a couple small stones out of this, which would be hella disappointing. Start off with something this massive just to get something tiny. That does happen though. Oh, look at that. That's not good. That's not what we wanted to see. Popped right off, it did. Tiny little stone. Still big enough to be a little ring stone. Now the problem with breaking this stuff with your bare hands is that sometimes it'll fracture and you'll just slice right through your thumbs because this stuff will be super sharp. I have a feeling I'm cutting a bust right here. And I don't mean like a bust of Joe Montana. I mean like a bust as in don't find nothing. Let me clean off my back window so I can see what's going on in the camera, because when you guys can see really good what I'm doing, I can't barely see it. That's what I got this TV right here for, though. Yet my plexiglass wall is all covered in white schmuck. There we go. Now both of these stones that you guys have seen in some of my other videos, come on, focus. There we go. So both of these came off of the same really big pocket that this came off of. So it would be very unexpected for this piece to not carve out at least a medium-sized fire agate. Hey, 33 people, thanks for being here. 34 people, hit that thumbs up button for me real quick. Even if you hate the video, hit the thumbs up button. I'm going to switch to a more aggressive burr that is less expensive. I love Varencore burrs, yet they are a tad spendy. Tool City has burrs that are softer than Varencore. Varencore are definitely much harder. Tool City's burrs are definitely not made of the same quality bonding material. And I don't trust their grit sizes. Yet when it's the rougher grits, it really doesn't matter that much. I think this is a 40 grit. It will leave big scratches, so I need to avoid color. But it's way cheaper to burn one of these away than the Varencore burrs. Actually, I need to round these a little bit too. Make sure you guys join the Mining America group. That's another way you can find out who each other are. If you're part of the Mining America group, you can always make a post in there. It took me a long time to find out that every time I go to that group and didn't think anybody was posting anything was because in the app on my phone, it only shows me my own freaking posts that I have to go and click a button. I have to go and click a button in order to see posts that aren't mine. Like I have to hit a separate window, which is totally freaking stupid. It should just work like a timeline like everything else does on there, but it doesn't. So on that note, join the Mining America group on Facebook, and then you guys can become Facebook friends. Link is in the description. You can do it now, as a matter of fact. Go down to the description. There's a link that'll take you right to the Facebook group. I basically let everybody in the group that doesn't look like they're some sort of spammer. You know, somebody's trying to sell us heavy equipment from China. Because we've had to boot multiple of those guys out. Ah, damn it. Burning my thumb again. Good for you, Shane. Keeps you out of a lot of drama. Oopsie. See, the stone is harder than the steel, so when that spinning wheel hits the stone, it throws sparks. Yeah, Margaret, that would probably be why I didn't see a post of yours if it got by me and I didn't comment or at least thumbs up. I think everybody ends up having a love-hate relationship with Facebook. Certain things are great. There's a lot of bullshit that comes from it, too. Well, good news. If this one ends up being a bust, I have a great stone I'm going to carve next time. Oh, damn it, burning my thumb again. Yes, I can. Me and Brian, we know each other. We've talked on the phone. I'm the one that gave him the idea to have My Dally D out there. If it wasn't for me having a phone call with him about 6 months before he started, I'm the one that told him that he could go back to that. I had talked to the lady at the Purple Heart Mine, and she had told me that she wanted to see Brian again. And I got on a call with Brian about 3 months after that and told him about My Dally D and told him the lady at the Purple Heart Mine wanted him to come back and dig. And that's what led to him getting like another 200,000 subscribers really fast. So me and Brian, I'm pretty sure, are on really good terms right now because he's grown a lot and he's had a lot of uh, success back at the Purple Heart Mine this time, even more than he did last time. So I'm pretty sure that he's going to be really receptive to anytime I want to do a video with him. But I can't go out there right now. I got my personal life issue bullshit in the way. But I do plan on doing a podcast with him. I expect him to be one of my first guests on the podcast. Yet I have to move. I have overstayed my welcome, although I really think that this nurse has poisoned the well with my great aunt. I think this psycho nurse, this Lolita nurse, has been saying things that have been feeding into my aunt's mind. I truly believe that. So I have to move ASAP, and I need to do a bunch of other stuff. So I haven't started that podcast yet because I want to make sure that I'm going to actually be someplace and be able to continue do them at least on a weekly basis, if not more. Damn, man. I keep putting too much pressure and putting my thumb, and it keeps brushing up against that, and it burns the shit out of my thumb. That nausea color doesn't go anywhere. It's just that little tip right there. Got the dark patch right there, and that's underneath all of this. Thought there was that over here. I haven't hit any of it yet. What to do, what to do. I'm not ready to give up on the stone yet either, though. And if I stop now, I'm never going to go back to it. So I got to keep windowing. If it's a bust, I'll show you guys a great stone I'm going to cut next time. They can't always be great ones, you know? Getting that burn on again. You're right, Shane. I might not. I bought a box of these thinking they would help, and they're way too damn small. Medium large not big enough. I need extra grande. My thumbs aren't even big for a man. I don't even have big hands for a man. I got big hands for a woman. Oh, well, now I see some nice color poking through that, though. I can't see if you guys can see it, though. One piece, showing some good color. When I say one piece, I mean one little tiny section. Can you see that red and green? Sure you can. It's just that little piece and section right there. Nothing else really anywhere yet. Thinking about just lopping that off because that's where all this dark agate is, and the dark agate tends to be where I find the good color. All right, Margaret, next time you buy something, I'll include it in your box. Who was it that said I should cut this into pieces? Whose idea was that? Hey, Diana, I'm glad you finally figured out how to say hello. Thank you for saying something and looking as long as you did. Whoever it was that said cut it into pieces, that's what I'm going to do. This stone has turned out to be the worst window stone I have ever tried to window. It's about one of the only stones I was convinced was going to have some color popping out of it, and has had nothing yet. Nothing. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this piece that has that color popping up on it right there. I'm going to cut that off. Although I need to move my finger. I might end up... Oh, and I need to tighten this thing. I didn't give it the whole good old crank on it. It obviously needs. Not quite there yet. How the hell is that not there? There we go. All right, so there's that little piece. It's got a gorgeous red underneath that green, but those are some thin color bars to get at, but put that up on the top. And see, I didn't even get near that brown color bar that's down. That might be a color bar that's down another. It might just be brown agate with nothing in it. Very possible. Totally, totally possible. Ouch! That didn't feel good. Wow, damn it. That one tried to fling it back at me. I know I'm going through the right thing though. What I mean is I know there's no color right here. There we go. No disappointments about cutting through those pieces like that at all. None. Not a disappointment in sight. Getting lots of wobble again. Practice on some of your smaller stuff that has color, and it's good to have some fear of messing up your big stuff. Whew. Oh, this thing's about had it, I think. Not liking me at all now. Hey, Modern Prospector. The new job is I'm laid off, and everybody except for a cook and a waitress are laid off so they can deliver outside the store. I need to find a new place to live, and I think I'm going to end up taking in a room for rent I met people about yesterday. I need to consistently bring in more income to be able to afford that, but I definitely have to move out of here, and I need to set up I need to bring in I need to buy Wi-Fi or internet, and I need to have the internet company come in and run cables to the room so that I can do stuff like this. And so in general, I can have internet, because I don't even think they have internet in the house. But it's a big room. I should be able to do my show from it as soon as I get internet. Alrighty then, let's see if there's any color in this one. And that's why the cab material is still good cab material, though. It still has nice swirls and good layers and stuff like that. Scotty's here. Scott Wampler's son. You've. I'm Dee's son. Oh, you cost me my inheritance for buying all this rock stuff. How you doing, Scott? Sorry about that, buddy. Just so you know, a bunch of this stuff she's got is worth money, though, man. It's just rough right now. Glad to see you here. Sorry about your inheritance, though. I'm telling you, you just have to understand the rocks that she leaves you, and to sell them to the right people and for the right price. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard in one of my live streams, though. Damn it, dude, it's all your fault. Oh, I'm glad you like it too, my man. I am glad you like it too. I promise you this, those buckets that she got from Deer Creek, those are going. Not like these stones are not looking like they're worth it. always knew this situation I'm in right now was only supposed to be temporary. Yet I didn't expect that it was going to be that I needed to move on as soon as I got a $150 check from my steady job and the coronavirus is everywhere. I mean, up until just yesterday, my great aunt was still acting like the coronavirus was a hoax and I'm an idiot for buying the food and stuff I bought. She still treats me like an idiot for buying the food and stuff I bought. Yet today she finally started getting down to those brown layers. I'm trying to get to those brown layers so I can end up either having some gem grade color pop out or not, because I'm ready to be done with this stones. I swear to God. Uh-oh, it's loose. I really thought these, when I started on this thing, that it was going to be bubbly and colory, and I was going to be able just to sort of window some areas with some color and then have to back off and be more careful. And now I'm cussing at this stone the whole time in my head. Well, this piece is the more inexpensive one that comes with the Prodigy, but it's the fact that you can put any size burr in it, up to a point. I love the quick release hand pieces, but I would need one where I can fit a 1/8 burr and one where I can fit a 3/32 burr. Getting down to that brown agate, and tell you the truth though, I'm not seeing any color yet. Damn it, I got dust in my eye again. I do believe I'm seeing a bit of color. Might just be red agate itself, though. Not like red fire agate. Oh, yeah, it's also because I'm seeing through it. Definitely red agate, not red fire agate. You can see through it now. Let me clean off the windshield again so I can see you guys. There we go. So I'm through that piece. There we go. And I can see, let me turn off this water drip. It's in the way now. You see through that? Wrong way. There we go. Now you can see through it. Wrong way. There is some cool red agate in it, but it's not really fire agate. It's just a really cool color of red. Like red agate itself. Like carnelian. So I'm just going to throw this piece. I'm going to throw this piece and this piece in my cabin bucket. The stuff I sell for $12 a pound. Usually I sell like 3 pounds of it in a flat rate shipping box for like 30, 35 bucks. I'm going to put these in there. Somebody gets a good gemstone out of them, great. I wasted an hour and a half of my life and your time on it. Rather upsetting. Now I'm going to show you the cool ass piece I'm going to carve on next time. Hell, I might start a little bit of it right now. Although it's probably getting close to my bedtime. What time is it? Shit, I can go for another 30 minutes at least. So now we're going to start this one a little bit tonight. I don't like leaving you guys with a bust and just stopping it there. I would like to start with another one you can't see anything in, but tell you the truth, had enough of that shit tonight. Well, this one I'm going to start with a 325 grit because I know this thing has amazing color in it. I'm going to show you some of that right now. This is one of those pieces that when I was mining and I pulled it off the wall, I was like, no, the top got broken. Because the top is broken, right? There's some green winking at you. Some other colors winking too here and there. So we know it's a great stone. It's got some fantastic color in it. The top of it got completely lopped off. I'm thinking if it carves really nice on this side, then just cut it down the middle and then make that a stone and then see if we can get another stone out of it. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to face it a little bit with this 325 grit. Yeah, right, Modern Prospector. I don't think you do, James. If you want some of these, you should go check out my Etsy store right now because I have some screaming deals. Look for those sales that say private stock. They are really, really worth the money. The private stock sale pieces are really worth the money. Flat rate box to the UK, I think it's $28.
Thank you, whoever made an order. I heard my phone go off and was able to turn around and see it. A great color bar right there. And at least have a great stone from there to there. Well, actually, I can see it wrapping all the way around underneath this layer right there. I'm going to keep going towards this, get this loose white stuff off though. That's my plan for this end of this stream. While you guys are all having great conversations. And then tomorrow I'll set up the cup of coffee. Ooh, burning my thumb again. Ouch. That looks like I just went through the color on that one little dot right there. Hope that's not true, because it's looking like green and purple and rainbow. It's really what it's looking like. Looking like some mighty amazing colors. If that color is that great under there and multifaceted with like a purple, a green, and a red all in one, and I can get 2 stones out of this. I have a friend of mine that's talking about she wants to make wedding rings for her and her husband. If I can make 2 great stones out of that with colors that are as good as what I think's under there, those might work for her. I can see some color underneath the brown and red agate in this, but it's not facing like what this is on top of here. I almost think that from that iron line up had this amazing color on this stone, which means that top area that got knocked off had that amazing color on the stone. I'm going to switch to a heavier grit, and I'm going to remove some of this other white stuff around here. Oh, dust is flying everywhere anytime I touch anything. I'm definitely going to have to take some time to clean up everything really good as soon as I'm done here. I'll start going a little bit different area than I wanted to. Even if that's the only area that comes out, that's small enough and that's big enough. It could be a his and hers brainstem. Even if, but I don't think that's gonna. I think those colors are going to be underneath some of this. I do. I'm hoping. This stone has got such great colors poking around on this side. Got such a fantastic play of purple and blue and green. And I'm really wanting to expose the rest of the stone majorly. Really wanting to majorly expose the rest of the stone for big time. Yet I'm being super careful. I don't want to go through the color like I think I did right there. I think that little dot is me going through the color bar. Oh, damn it, my water ran out. That's what's going on. Well, more tomorrow on this stone. Whoopsie. Didn't mean to open the menu on you. Obviously, the camera looked really good this whole stream because I could see on this TV there was no problems, and I'm watching pretty much the same thing you guys are. Well, it's not like I'm seeing it after it streams, actually. But I do notice that nobody said anything to me, and my viewers, they'll tell me when it's messed up because they know I don't want it to be messed up. So I totally appreciate that. Boy, I got a burn blister on that thumb, I tell you what. And the mic is all white. And the clip-on thing is all white. And it's going to take me a couple minutes to clean it up. So I'm just going to stay here and leave the stream going while I clean all this up real fast. I always take this off every time I'm done, too, which I need to make a new one. I should make a video about that. I was noticing I didn't really need to say much at the end of the stream there because you guys are having great conversations about all kinds of stuff, about food and about metal detecting in the UK and other places where it is legal and how it might not be legal, and if you steal the crown jewels and don't tell them you stole them. No. If you dig up some gemstones or some coins and you don't let like the museums know or the law know, then it can get you in major trouble. And great conversations. I tell you what, I have about the best community of subscribers when it comes to the live streams, because the live streams always have people that are helpful and awesome to each other, and not like everybody else's live streams where you got people saying racist crap. And look at that. Boy, I got white all over me. I have a great live stream crowd, that's for sure, man. My people are awesome. Tonight's live stream was brought to you by D. Wampler and Scott Wampler. This was her idea. she was missing the community and said there's probably other people that are missing the community. And I should do a live stream, even if it was just talking and chatting with you guys, because there are probably other people that were missing the community. And I would say she was right. We had a really good crowd of about 30 people on average most of the time. Probably more like 28 on average, but still, that's a good number. Good number of stone cutters, all gemstone cutters, fire agate cutters, people who like rocks, hanging out and talking. This shit is everywhere this time. This is one of the worst cleanups I've ever had to do. I'm going to turn this mic off real quick, guys, so that I can wipe it off without it crackling in your ears. Cleaning off the mic and the pop guard is super mucho important. This towel is already so messed up, it's almost not even cleaning that good. Yeah, I know you guys are hearing all that now. Turn you back on too early. Being that when I'm talking to the mic, I'm breathing right next to it, definitely want to get as much of this stuff off as I can. I think I'm going to have to buy a couple of the foam covers. That way I can pull the foam covers off and just throw them in the laundry, because wiping this thing off is a pain in the ass, and there's still little specks here and there. But I mean, this shit got everywhere this time. My phone was back over here, and it's even got stuff all over it. Excuse me real quick. I have to grab another towel because this towel is just too messed up to rub my body down with, or my face. But it's not too messed up to go ahead and finish wiping off the deck in my carving cabinet and the back window. I always forget the lights too, and then I have to do them later, so I'm going to remember the lights this time. I'm almost done, I promise. Believe it or not, James, I have hit the jackpot. Just a bunch of those videos I took down. I took down a bunch of those videos because of
poachers, high graders, going out to that mine and messing it up. And the owner of the mine was not happy with what had happened to it, and I wasn't happy with what had happened to it. And a lot of my people that are both friends of mine and the owners, we had conversations, and I decided it would be best to pull those videos down. So the videos of me seriously hitting the jackpot are at the fire agate mine. At the same time, fire agate doesn't come out of the ground looking like that last stone I just got done carving. I mean, every now and then you get a stone that comes out with a color on top of it, but typically just pulling out big pockets of fire agate has to be exciting enough. I myself feel like I've hit the jackpot in a bunch of different digs. Especially the Topaz Mountain dig, man. I love those. So many great specimens came out of there. I mean, I sold some really great specimens off of the Topaz Mountain dig, but I kept some amazing specimens that I just don't even want to sell. All right. Now, I think I'm about done with that cleanup. Doesn't that take a little while? Boy, I tell you what. Everybody's saying their goodbyes. That's really cool. Everybody is pretty cool in this on my live streams, though. Resort Dog knows about poachers. Good night, Misty. I don't know what James writes sad face for. I must have missed that. I believe Resort Dog's talking about me. Might be talking about somebody else, but if you're talking about me, Resort Dog, thank you very much. Resort Dog is one of those people I really appreciate. We've done a lot of hanging out. If you go to the Virgin Valley and you go to the Opal Negra, or you set up a dig with the Resort Dog from, oh gosh, what is the name of your Swordfish Mining? Yeah, if you set up a dig with him, he's a good dude. He's super knowledgeable. It will be interesting, I promise you. Later, Kim. Later, Steve. Later, AU Prospector. Good night, everybody. Oh, Topaz Mountain guy. Are you talking about the couple that I dug with out there? Or are you talking about a different person? It doesn't matter. I'm not sure when you say Topaz Mountain guy who you're talking about. I do know that with the owners of the Topaz Mount of the what the heck is the name of their company? I'm brain farting on the name of their company, but I've found amazing stuff on their claim, and I've had people that go out there and dig out of the soft stuff and just grab crystals complain and complain and complain that it's not worth it and blah blah blah, and they're ruining stuff by using explosives and blah blah blah. And I've also had people that have gone out there and been digging out there on vacation and stuff like that for numbers of years, and then they see some of my small good specimens and they're like, I've never seen anything like that. And their claim is fully worth the money. The blast blowing the rock off of there might not be worth $600 to somebody else, but it's worth their day price. Heck, I'm the one that got them to double their day price from when I was first out there, because it was just too cheap for what you would find out there, especially if you have any sort of work ethic or gumption to find something good. And the biggest two specimens I have never seen anything like that yet. Not even the owners have I. They might have something like that now, but they didn't have anything like the two big specimens I got when I got them, or the 2 years after that I'd been back there. One of the first really great specimens I sold was this termination of twins inside of a little vug that had calcite, sort of like calcite, but it had two really great terminations that were twins right next to each other in there. And I sold that for $300, and I sold that to a guy that is a Utah prospector. That's his name on Facebook, was Utah Prospector. So that right there reaffirmed the stuff that I had heard from other people that had been to Topaz Mountain. I love that topaz out there. I can't wait to dig there again. But in all honesty, most of the places I've dug, I can't wait to dig there again. I can't wait to dig back at the Virgin Valley. I still haven't found a giant, amazing specimen opal that I have to keep in water, but it's like, wow, like lights everywhere, and it's like big you would never get that anywhere else. I still haven't found one of those yet. It's not like they're found every day. But I can't wait to dig out there again. Yes, the man running the dig. I'm having a problem brain farting on their company name and both his and his wife's name. I'll remember him right after I hang up right after I stop the live stream. But to tell you the truth, my lungs are filling with urine right now. I have to pee so freaking bad. I drank 2 cans of Coke before I started this live stream, and I'm starting to pay for it right now. Yeah, James, I wouldn't mind having a massive amethyst also. I'm not sure when I am able to dig with Brian that he'll actually be doing that machine dig at that same mine. He'll probably be done with that at that point when I make it out there. It's at least going to be 6 months minimum. And with this coronavirus thing, it's putting all that on hold, because the deal I made might not be such a good deal for me. Now I'm finding out. But it's better than putting other people through crap they shouldn't have to be put through. When I was grinding on that other one, it was flipping off pieces so hard that hit my glasses that I think I have like a bunch of new chips in my glasses. Might just be specs, but I don't think so. I see like 4 new chips in my glasses. I need to take some of my DeShine and see if it's possible to polish out of the plastic film that is on these glasses, because they have a couple of different coatings of film on them. One of them for transition, and another one for anti-glare, and there's chips all in it. I wonder if I can polish them out, because I still use these. I really just need to get a new one, but transition lenses are expensive, man. Like, getting transition lenses in your glasses costs more than the glasses do most of the time, I've found out. When we were in the Virgin Valley, my husband got what they called a peacock guy. What do you mean a peacock guy? Like a peacock opal? Like, he picked up a guy that liked the peacock? Like, I don't know what you mean by peacock guy, D. It doesn't make any sense to me. Margaret's telling me it sure does. It polishes out. Well, I need to figure that out, because I should. I'm scared of messing them up to where they won't be wearable at all. That's what I'm worried about. I mean, I'm sure if I just took like cerium oxide or something like that, that would take forever. But I'm probably not going to screw it up too bad. I'm hesitant to pull the lenses out, that's for sure, because the rimless glasses, I would need to go someplace and have them installed back in, and I bought these online. I would like to just buy another pair. Like I said, the transition part's like $120 on top of the glasses, so I'm sort of hesitant to do that. A peacock eye. Okay, he found an opal with like a peacock eye in it. That's cool. Ah, was I reading it wrong? Everybody's saying I. Scrolling up to see if I read it wrong. No, it says guy. That's fine. She's probably using voice text. I use voice text. It gets me all the time. Says stuff I didn't mean to say. I have not dug for peridot yet, James. Ugh, yeah, I have not dug for peridot yet. That's definitely something that I need to put on my list. But there is a bunch of different stuff that I could dig down in Southern California. I'm hoping to be out on the road digging by next winter, but dang it, I forgot to clean up my mask. But we'll see what exactly goes on with that if that happens the way I want it to. Because a lot of times things just don't happen the way I want them to. And then there's the whole what's the word I'm looking for? And then there's the whole insurance thing with having a steady job. But I mean, the reality is this steady job I have right now, it pays peanuts. Like, it's not a surviving wage. I'm going to have to focus on making better content so I can grow this YouTube channel a lot quicker. Make some more informational videos about gemstones like I did with the sunstone video, although I didn't realize it until later, but when I use my editor on my phone and I have a picture as the first thing and I'm uploading, I didn't realize this at the time of making that sunstone video. It makes the background a 4.3 background instead of a 16.9 background, and that's why there's black bars around the screen of the last video I did about sunstones with the informational video. Sort of funny, and now every time I see it, I'm like, dope. Funny and messed up all at the same time, I tell you what. Yeah, it's not a survivable wage. The 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 plus side is after training I get a $2 raise, and the downside is the maximum that can be made for me at that job is 13.50. It's either 13 or 13.50 an hour, and that's the max that they pay their cooks, which is not enough money. Like, it's just not, especially after taxes. uh but I tell you what, talk about that too much gets me right into politics, but it's definitely not enough money. That's why I'm going to depend on YouTube. YouTube's been steadily giving me $250 to $200 to $300 a month, like, for the last year and a half. Even when I put out a whole bunch of more videos, because those videos aren't like going viral or anything. But I obviously don't focus on viral videos, because if I focused on viral videos, I'd probably be making more income off of it, but I'd have a way more toxic group of people. You know what I mean? Like, play tricks on people and stuff like that to get a bunch of views. I hate that sort of stuff, to tell you the truth. Um, but I could focus on doing videos that are a little bit more engaging and not so long. I could do that. Not sure I'm going to, but I could. Hello, Chubby Donut. You're here for the last couple of seconds. I'm about to shut it down. It's 11 p.m. where I am. I don't like to sleep in too late. I don't like the people I live with to think I'm being a lazy bum or whatever, but they don't know, when I'm doing this, but they're not interested in it, to tell you the truth. She thinks all of this is a waste of money. YouTube is a waste of time. It's a waste of money. Why do you spend your time on that? Show her that last fire agate I carved, and it's like right over her head. But I do need to carve a few more like that because people probably purchase them. One last time, I'm going to plug that Etsy store. Link is in the description. If you haven't gotten your box of private stock, it's the best deal you're going to get on fire egg. It's already showing color, man. I would buy them while they're there. If everything goes properly, I'm going to window a whole bunch of stones, and it'll be less for the prices. Less stones, more color. The more color showing, the less you get for the money. Like at the same time, the private stock has a lot of color showing, and there are a couple stones in there that are really large. Although now with what happened with this one here, although it has a giant brown section underneath, so I shouldn't even say that. The private stock sales are really good. So check out the Etsy store if you haven't. If you've been thinking about purchasing, now is a great time. There's all kinds of good stuff in there. I love you guys for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to be back tomorrow. We're going to work on this stone some more tomorrow. Peace.